Capricorn, how you doing? And welcome to the 7 Experience. And yes, this is your August reading, and we are now turning over a new leaf, Capricorn. I think everybody's turning a page. So, turning over a page from a jack to a queen to a king. So we're going to turn a page. I've made a new intro, if you haven't already seen it, during your sun, moon, rising on Venus. And it is a band called Sleeping at Last. And it's an intro that I made, but the song itself is called Turning Pages. And I will see you after this. See you in a sec. Okay, Capricorn, so I heard a song for you. I don't want no love affair. I think I've been foolish too many times. Now I'm determined I'm gonna get it right. Sorry, something like that. I haven't heard that for a long time, right? But Fairground Attraction. Fairground Attraction. That's the song I heard, or what I want, or something. I don't know. I seem to be channeling a hell of a lot of messages just lately. But yeah, so that's your song, Fairground Attraction. Sorting out your affairs. That's why it kind of come up. It kind of come up was sorting out your affairs, but then it came up as an affair. So someone might meet you at a fairground, or you're meeting someone at a fairground, but there might be an affair that someone's having, or sorting out your affairs, or just saying, listen, bruv, fair's fair as all love and war. Fair's fair in all love and war. And it would relate to also the film, right, where she put a bunny rabbit in a pot, right? Oh my God, what I was seeing. Yeah, he came home and there was a bunny rabbit in the pot and she was stewing it, right? Stewing. I don't know why I keep channeling all these messages this lately. So if you haven't found the channel before, I'm a little bit eccentric because I am spiritually awoke and I channel spirit messages and I've got no idea what's going to come out. But that is what I'm hearing, is that song and an affair or something. But let's see. So Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. And you came out in the Sagittarius reading as well. So something to do with children, or overanalyzing, or thinking, fucking hell, this could be someone else new out there for me. Could be someone old, someone new, something blue. Might be a water sign with air transits, or air with water. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But it could have to do with children. Could have something to do with children. Or communicating. But I'm picking up children. Obviously, we grow through soul growth of when we meet someone new. Obviously, it's fresh and new communication. And then you start to think about them all the time, and then it's like, oh my God, I think about you all the time. I just need to communicate with this person, right? That's pretty much the spying card. It don't have to mean spying. It can just mean thinking and like thinking about communicating with them is what I'm thinking. Thinking about, shall I have this love affair? I don't know why I'm thinking that. Fairground attraction. Someone's attracted to someone's intellect, probably also. Let's see. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus for August. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus for August. You might be wanting to take children to a resort or something, or on holiday, or something like that, to a fairground or an attraction or something, or going to see an attraction. Someone's attracted to someone. So, wow, you've got the Five of Swords. Five of Swords. So this is overanalyzing the situation, or the communication is completely fucking out of whack. Someone could literally be arguing with family members, or they could be watching someone. This is obviously definitely someone like watching somebody leave, or like trying to gain something. It's a loss and a gain. It's part of the five. It's the same as the Five of Cups. There's a loss and there's a gain, and no one ever wins. And there's a battle of something to do with a child, is what I'm picking up, or a battle that someone doesn't like the way they speak or what they do. But you've got like a lot of child energy. Like communication is between communication being not fucking fair and just. It might have something to do with a Libra for some people. It's not fair and just. So, well, it's kind of like, well, I don't like the way that you're talking to me. Yeah, but I don't like the way that you act. But you act childishly. But you talk like, you know, that kind of feeling. It's like, I don't like the way you're acting. Well, I don't like the way you're acting. Well, you sank my battleship. Well, you stole my button. So, sorry, but that's kind of what I'm hearing. Like, well, you stole this. This is someone that stole something from a child, or took something from a child, or a child took something from you, or a love interest took something from you. I mean, the ego, right? The ego is very difficult for anybody to ever gather information on feminine and masculine. Someone might be trying to gather too much information, and it's going around and around in the head for the amount of information that they're trying to gather on this situation. But feminine and masculine ego, okay. So if you get a man, for instance, right, and he's with somebody else, a lot of women follow us, but he's with someone else, wouldn't it be easier just to let that be and let it lie and let the chips fall as they lie, instead of putting up with like someone that's going to do that, you know, than fighting? Because some people do get into this karmic pattern where they don't like the way someone else is, you know, and it's very difficult for people to actually drop their ego and just hold your head up high and say, well, you know what, fair's fair and just, let's just leave it and let the chips lie as it is. And then it's much easier in order to move forward in order to find someone new. So you've got a lot of new, but I don't really want to go into that ego kind of thing, because you get blame. I would probably get blamed for that, you know, because there's a cat and mouse type game. It's catty. It's cattiness. There's like, fucking, my claws are out, bruv. I'm like ready to rip someone to shreds. If you do this or say this one more time, I'm going to claw your eyes out. Now, if that is because somebody is with somebody else, it's much easier to just like let it lie. Let that someone's lying. This could be someone that's lying, and that might be why there's a fight, because you feel someone's lying. You know, are you with someone else? No, yes, no, or but if you know that they are, well, that's part of the ego, right? That's what I'm trying to say. If you know that they're with someone else, right, and this is why this fight is continuing on. If you know that they're with someone else, or they're talking to someone else, because this is someone that's spying or talking with someone or someone else, okay? If that is the case and you know that, then if you put hatred out into the universe, or hatred on wanting the other person to have harm because your person's with somebody else, well, that's ego, right? So what is it that you want to happen? For someone to die, or for someone to have hurt or blame? No, it's much easier to drop the ego and just say, well, okay, that's just easy then. You just go that way and don't communicate. don't communicate. When the communication's open, and if it's like this because they're with someone else and you're arguing over the fact, well then who's got the biggest ego? The man or the woman? Or both of you? So who wins? No one. You know, who dares wins. There's a darer and a scarer. Someone dare and someone scares. Someone scares someone off because of their communication, but someone's like, well, who dares wins? Well, I'm going to win. Well, no, you're not. Well, I am. And it might be to do with a court battle or something to do with children, where they're fighting over a court or something, or a case, or something to do with a case. Suitcase. A travelling suitcase. Someone travels a lot. And there's a travelling suitcase. What I'm picking up, like Mr. Ben. It was a cartoon program in Britain, and it was Mr. Ben, and he used to go into the closet, right, and he used to like transform himself and then come out as someone else. Transforming the ego. Mr. Ben. Why am I hearing that? Mr. Ben. Ben. Take it like a man. That's what I heard. Take it like a man. Why the hell did I just hear that? Take it like a man and just move. What? Take it like a man and just move on. That might be what the child's saying. Take it like a woman or take it like a man and just move on. Because why do I keep coming up with fucking Liam Neeson's Taken? Someone's taken something. A child. Thank you. Liam Neeson's Taken. So you must be watching this, whoever this is, where I've come out with Liam Neeson in the past, right? Past, present, future. It's not yet predicted. So you can't predict future, and you I won't go on to that. But, you know, someone's taken a child or trying to take a child, or someone fears the fact that they're going to take a child away from them. It's really what I'm picking up. Like someone has got a lot of fear that they can't move because of the children, and that's why they're stuck. Someone's put like a block in this whole situation. Okay, so break it down. Break it down. So here is someone that's arguing, right? And it's two energies of communication. But to me, it's coming up as children, right? So one, someone's saying, well, you're fucking acting like children, a lot of you, right? But it's also to do with children. So it's to do with soul growth, evolution of understanding a lot about what I'm promoting a lot just recently is a Steve Cartman drama triangle. Okay, it gets passed from one to another to another to another. So if you're indicative with one, indicative to another, you all hate one another, and you feel blame and scapegoat and a victim and aggressor and a scapegoat, victim and aggressor, and it relates to the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so then you come home and you take it out on the children, and they take it out on you, and you get over aggressive and you start fighting. Okay. Karma is catching, and it passes on from one to another, exactly the same as a chain of what we all do the wrong way. We communicate the wrong way from the ego, from the mind. So it gets passed on to children. So they become over-aggressive. You fight with children, you fight with a person, you fight with and you fight. And who won in the end? Nobody. And you end up getting very over-exhausted because the mind is over-analysing, finding out too much information about somebody else, about someone else. So someone's cross-watching, and they're cross because they're probably going to now leave a dislike for me, what's just channeling spirit message, and that's part of the ego. You see, that's why I'm trying to communicate with people. You know, it goes around and around. What goes around comes around. That's why this is here. What goes around comes around. Well, what goes around comes around. I'm just going to sit here and wait until someone gets their karma. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Karma doesn't. Because it's there for a reason for you to learn a lesson about your ego. That's karma. It's not to do with your soul, it's to do with your head. That's karma, because it's to do with ego. Ego is karma. Ego is everything that you carry on your back through past actions, which is things that have been done and said, or an action for or against, but it's always words that you can't take back. You can never take something back that's already written, right? So where's your future going if you concentrate more on loss? The past, right? So you're living from the past and living out the past, and you can't move forward because you're concentrated on loss and gain. You know, there's no gain in anything. until you understand things about the ego, of letting it go. Let it go. You know, there's no win unless there's a higher power of court. So there needs to be a decision of someone that's more like of a higher power that makes those decisions. But even then, they're not fair or just, are they? You know, that's why we have fucking war, and that's why people start fucking killing each other. You know, it is. Because even a president or anyone like that is only an iconic figure of a person with a face. You know, everything that comes from the intellect of mind is people that have fucking shitloads of money, right? So you might be arguing over money. Because there's no money here at the moment. It's just communication of like that's out of whack. So it might be to do with money. The fact that there's no money here. Well, there's no money. So how the fucking hell can you travel, or how can you communicate with this person about this thing if we ain't got no money? Sorry, but I do channel messages. So if it doesn't relate, it doesn't relate. But well, there's no money. So if there's no money, how are we going to do this, and how are we going to progress forward in life if we're all fucking arguing and we're all separated and we're all going our own ways because someone's in the middle that constantly argues, and it's you. No, it's not. It's you. You didn't listen to me the first place. Well, I did. You know? Sorry, but I feel these cards that run ragged in my head when I'm channeling, and I can hear it. I can hear a family arguing, or two people, or three people. There is more than three people in a drama triangle. Do you know why? Because you don't just argue with the person that you want and need and point at, right, for blame, and then you're blaming also another person that's with the person that you want to be with. So you're blaming him or her or a woman, right? We're all cut from the same cloth, soul. You're blaming him for blaming her for blaming him. So it goes round one to another. So why is there more than three people in that? Because you come home and you project it onto your children and your family members and the people that you live with and society, right? And you put that also out as an intention of what you put out is what you get back. So where do you get? Fucking absolutely nowhere in life. No. Sorry, I'm not laughing at people, but you get nowhere. There's no resolve to a situation when this card here is stuck in the middle with you. Right? And you might say, well, I'm just stuck with my children and I want freedom, but I can't yet. Well, you know, that's because you have children. You know? So, nothing ever wins, because then when you come home, you project it onto other people and they project it onto people at work, and that is our fucking karma. How quick karma catches. Very quickly. It's like a flu strain, right? It's like a disease. The ego is like a disease because it keeps pride and it keeps ego alive, and it's the Mrs. fucking Jones effect. Everything is more important than anybody else but yourself. You know? Self-worth, value, respect, and shit that goes around in the head. It's in my head. It's in my head, zombie, zombie, zombie. That's what I'm hearing. It's in my head. It's like a zombie from the dead. You might be dealing with Scorpio, maybe. I don't know why I picked that up, but maybe in someone's chart. But let's see. So, well, there you go. Steve Cartman's drama triangle. 3 of Pentacles. This is what I'm saying. Past life regression. Third party, okay, so obviously soulmate energy, but also people that you work with, also society, also belief system, also religion, okay? But Steve Cartman drama triangle, it goes from one to another, to another, to another, to another. Fucking good luck at getting out of this with it, unless you can drop your ego, you know. And someone that's not trying to outdo somebody, you know, someone here is no more important than these two here. These two here are learning from this person, so what are they learning? If you're caught in this drama triangle. The same, right? So it goes around and around in a circle like a teddy bear, right? A nursery rhyme. So it's something to probably do with children. So what are they going to learn? They're going to learn by you of your actions, by standing up to be a leader and a responsible adult, you know. So sorry, but sorry. Why do I always get like this? Why do I always get this way? Why do I get treated this way? Someone's saying, don't treat me this way. I'm telling you, no, laddie, listen, I'm telling you. Some of you could be school teachers, right? But I'm telling you, you know, show and tell. So nobody in this card here is any bigger or better than anybody else just because someone's like standing above the rest. You know, they've got something to say. This person's got something to say and they're actually probably writing a message to somebody. Okay? But it could be a scribe and all that kind of stuff. But a drama triangle, it catches from one to another, to a scapegoat, to a victim, to an aggressor. The aggressor gets passed on to the victim gets pissed off of being sacrificed, and then they get angry, and then they let it out on someone else. And if you can't see one of these people, but you just feel it, and you know that they're around metaphysically, okay, you still get where you meet someone at work, maybe, and you really fancy someone, but they're saying, no, I'm with someone else. And you say, well, why can't you be with me? You know, well, and then they flirt with you or something like that, a flirty, teasy energy, or they give you messages and stuff like that. And then what happens? You know, you think, oh my fucking God, I'm in love with this person, so I think. And then you get into an argument with them because they don't want you and they want someone else, but they tease you, you know. So you get into someone that kind of like steals stuff. So at work, maybe. Stealing something at work, maybe. Or doing something at work, meeting someone at work, but it just like, that's a pattern of 3, you know. 3 is the magic number. 3 is a magical number when you can work well with it, because you can work well with yourself and you can work well with others and form a quality of standing up to be someone looks up to. Okay, so someone can look up to you, but that's what I'm saying for aggression. Someone's supposed to look up to you. They're supposed to look up to you. You know, when you look at vibration, okay, well, sorry I'm going into teaching, I don't know why. But when you look at vibration here, right, if someone's taking the piss out of you and you go, yeah, but you've got big hair and oh, you've got big nose, rah, 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 and you get into a fight, okay? If you get into that scenario, but you give this person here, the bully, okay, the aggressor, if you give him a compliment, say, well, actually, I really like your hair. Where did you have it done? Well, Harrods or something, right? It's like a fucking, oh, well, you've got absolutely no idea what to do to give to a positive response, right? But they probably still keep on in order to wind you up. But when you don't respond in a negative manner, something negative falls by the wayside, doesn't it? Because you're a positive person. You have a positive outlook and you're a calming influence, like a teacher, you know? So you might be teachers. But if you have that positive outlook and the person that they stand up to be responsible, someone negative just falls away and just think, well, I can't wind them up because they don't really take any notice of me or what I want and what I need, right? They don't give me what I want and I need, 2020 on the clock. So they, so do you know what I'm saying? So the vibration lowers and you look down at them that's arguing with what? Themselves, right? Selfish and all that kind of stuff. So it all works off not vibration and vitality of life. It works off your ego system of whether you're going to be the bigger person or not to respond to someone that's acting that way, you know? That's just common sense. Well, sorry. I hate going into like lecture mode. Some of you could be a lecturer, and this is the sort of stuff that you do. This would be like a lecturer, right? Someone that lectures people. But well, so this is someone that lectures people, right? But this is someone that like teaches people. So someone could be doing this at a lecture. They're going to a lecture. Is what I'm hearing. Someone is lecturing me. There could be children that are watching saying, my fucking mother just lectures me all the time about this stuff that I should not be with Dave, but they don't like it. Sorry. They don't like the fact that I've met someone and they don't like it because it happened to them and they're just saying, well, you know, Dad, you're not going out with that short skirt on. What? Mum? Why? You know, that's life, right? Because that's life. That's what all the people say. Shot down in May. Some might have been shot down in May. When it was May, during the May. May Day. May Day. Flag them over. Land high. Swimmers. I'll pick that up in another one. Swimmers. Some children could be born. It's to do with children. It is. It's to do with children. Let's see. Capricorn, Venus for August. So there is 3 again. Oh my God. What is it with 3s? It's retrograde, obviously, people. Isn't it? It's retrograde. It's going to be going direct, but there's been a fucking traumatic experience above all, right? Everybody's gone ballistic. Everyone's gone ballistic. Everyone's thinking, well, fuck this, bruv. Like, you know. Oh, what do I do, Steve? What is it that we do? How do we get out of this drama triangle? How do we get out of this drama triangle? 3 and 3. 3 is the magic number, Steve. But how the fuck do we get out of it? Well, good luck. Because it takes a fucking long time. It does. Because who's ever right? You're always going to live, right? You've always got to live with family. You've always got to live with people and society. You've always got to live with each other. That's why life's not perfect. When you meet someone, they probably pick the nose, snore, or got ingrown toenails or something, right? Or something. Something that a man wouldn't like about a woman. And when a man loves a woman, right? But when a man loves a woman and a woman loves a man, what do? You fight, right? Over stupid stuff. So, oh my God. It's probably much easier to just be single, Capricorn, to be honest. You know, I mean, you know, I met a Capricorn a while back, you know, and I regret a lot of things that I did and said and stuff like that now. And I see the bigger picture now. And it was stupid, you know, it was daft. It really was daft. It was. But that's, you know, that's just part of how we grow and we learn after a period of time. You know, we understand certain things about ourselves, and, you know, we have to be willing to, like, change. You have to be willing to change. But when you direct it at someone, so much blame and hatred, and when you direct it to them, feelings get hurt, right? And it's not our feelings that get hurt, it's things that are said and done, right? So when all is said and done, there's another song there. When all is said and done, carry on, as if nothing really matters. I think that's the song, right? But we learn to move on and we learn to change. Our soul realizes things that, you know, when we're at home and we have home life and we have things, we get bred that way, and that's the way people are. But in order to work on a relationship and to actually build it, you have to be forgiven. The unforgiven, that's coming out again. The forgiven. You have to forgive to forget, and to forget to forgive. And when you can do that, you're the bigger person, right? You're the bigger person that can move on and, like, travel. And it might be to do with travelling. Travel expenses is also what I'm hearing is fucking hell. These travel expenses are clocking up, bruv. Things are being clocked up. This is someone that's keeping score. Also keeping score. I'm keeping the score. 5. Sorry. Someone could be in the penitentiary. Sorry. Someone could be locked up. And I'm picking these up as, you know, when you write a number, you go 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, and then you 5. 5, like 3, 3, and 5. Well, that's 5 days. That's a week, you know. 1, 2, 3, it's crossed is what I'm picking up. Someone could be locked away, incarcerated, and they're counting the days. Someone's counting their days, or someone's like counting the days. Counting the days until I can fucking move, bruv. That's what I've heard. Until I can get out of this jam, I'm counting the days until I can just get rid of these fucking kids for 5 minutes, is what I'm also picking up. Just for 5 minutes, will you give me a fucking break? Because I can't wait to get the fuck out of here, bruv. I can't wait to take this holiday, to take this trip. You know, it's like, oh fuck, I just cannot wait. I just need a break, bruv. Just give me a break from work. Give me a break from work. Let me go, let me be. Just get out my fucking ear hole and just let me live. Let me live. Let me live and make a brand new start. So won't you take another piece of my heart? You know? Let me live, let me travel, let me be. Just fucking let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. You know? Let it be. Just let it be, let it lie. Let the chips fall as they lie. In May. Something happened in May. Or July. May or July, I heard. May, June or July. Or July? May. But anyway, so we are going to go over to Patreon. If you do want a reading, okay, this could just relate to fucking Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and everybody else, and it's just general advice of energy that's around within this month. Okay, but if you want a personal reading, I do channel spirit messages and I do all kinds of stuff. And if you want one of those, there is a link in the description for you to contact me and email. And I'm back. I'm back. And I'm trying to fill up my schedule. Okay. So if you want a reading, it is there. If you want to join Patreon, if you haven't seen before and you want to join Patreon, there is still just one tier. There is not tier 1, 2, 3, nothing. Tier 1 gives you access to the fucking lot. In fact, you know what, Sid? It's a deal. It's a steal. It's a turn of the century. In fact, you know what, Nick? Keep it. So if you want a deal and a steal, you can just join Patreon and you can watch whatever you want for as long as you like. Okay, and there's going to be teaching segments and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully, if I can get myself a microphone sorted out for my laptop, I'm going to do some live readings and stuff. Okay, and that will be over on Patreon at some point if I can get a microphone. But I'm trying to recover from my I'm trying to recover myself back to normal. But anyway, it will also be over on Vimeo. Just for this reading, it'll be monthlies if you want to watch that. But eventually, I am just going to do things for Patreon because it's just so much easier. But like I said, Patreon, you can have access to everything. Over Twin versus Twin, all that stuff will come up through the month. And you'll have access to all those and watch it as long as you like. If you just do want to watch it on Vimeo, it is there in the monthly folder. Fuck, I'm out of breath. I think I am. Whoever's fighting, it'll knock you out eventually to the fact that you have to give in because you think, well, fuck, I've done this for fucking long time with these children and whoa, I am like fucking pissed and I'm ready to go. Right? Okay, so hopefully see you on one of those sites in the future, which should be in a moment. See you in a sec.